Hello and welcome back to For the Fans Entertainment, where we're going to continue our countdown to season 23. So far, we've gone over unitards and punishments, but this one is my personal favorite. Kylie, what doesn't give a fuck, likes to make fun of Nicole as much as me and you, and looks like a giant woman's play toy?
Zingbot!
Zing!
Oh, that's great. All right. So, yes, today we're going to be going over all of the greatest zings of all time. Maybe a few that missed the mark, but I think we're going to have a fun show today.
I think this one, we're going to have a crowded head of household category.
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be really hard to sort them out. I think that watching these back, the ones that have stood the test of time, those are going to really pack a punch here. So I'm excited. All right. Y'all make sure that you give us a follow and subscribe to the channel so you get a notification every time we have a new video come up, and give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter at RealiTEA_TK. That's RealiTEA_TK. All right, y'all, let's get started. So our first version.
What are we going from the earliest to the latest, or the latest?
We're going to go earliest to latest. The first iteration of Zingbot is in season 12. And season 12 is one of my personal favorite seasons. So it was hard to just choose one. But what I thought was interesting was, like, in doing the research for this, is that they only showed like one or two of the zings, and then they released them in a secret clip later, but on the actual episode they didn't show them all. So that's changed because now they mostly play everybody's zings. So we'll get started with the first one. We'll talk about our categories and we'll go from there. All right, here we go.
Hey Matt, when you go back to Middle Earth, please tell the other hobbits I said hello.
All right, so the Matt Hoffman Hobbit reference zing. What are your thoughts?
That was a good burn. I think it's a short joke. I myself am a little guy, and I've been on the end of some short jokes. But if it's a short joke that involves Lord of the Rings, I'm down for it. I thought it was funny, so I know this is going to be a tough crowd that we're going to be ranking. So I think this one should be on the block because it's funny, it's witty, it's not, but it doesn't cut real deep.
Okay.
What do you think?
So once again, like with this being my favorite season, I love that, once again, we're giving a little bit of honor to the OG. And so I think it's a good place to start with it. It's a good zing. It doesn't dig too deep, but enough to get a laugh out of everybody. And this is like my favorite picture of Matt. And this is the one that he has on his profile picture, like on Twitter and stuff, where he trolls himself and how he looks in this picture. So just good times.
I was actually just like rewatching some season 12 with Matt when he was making up the lie about his wife, and my wife just was like overhearing it, and she's like, and then she started watching it and she's like, is he smiling while he's telling this story? How is anyone believing this?
And that's what I love about like the old seasons of Big Brother and the old seasons of Survivor, is that they did do ridiculous stuff like this, like lying about your wife being ill and, whatever you need to do to.
I feel like he's a Johnny Fairplay fan.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I mean, Matt is kind of like the originator of the brigade. So even though he got cut early, you still got to give him some props. So let's go over. We didn't go back over our rankings here. So if this is the first time you're watching this with us, you can know exactly what we're doing here. So we have our 3 tiers: HOH, on the block, and evicted. So HOH, best of the best. On the block, not too bad. Evicted, these are going to be those things that just didn't quite hit as hard as the rest of them. And Frank and I both have the power to veto one of the decisions. So if we're filling one and the other person's not, we can veto it. Get them out or move them up, whatever we want to do. All right.
I've played my veto terrible the last 2 times, so I'm really hoping I can use it properly.
Yeah, I was looking back at mine. I'm like, the things that I thought I felt passionately about, maybe I didn't. So we'll see. All right, let's move on to our second one.
Hey, Jeff, 1995 call.
Oh, no.
They want their soul patch back.
All right, so we got the terrible shade being thrown on Jeff with his little soul patch. Once again, like these zings in the earlier days, like they poked a little bit of fun at them, but I don't feel like this is one that's just like, oh my gosh, like mic drop Zingbot.
No, Zingbot hadn't got its upgrade yet to where it was really like trying to offend people.
Yeah, this was still when he was Zingbot 3000, and Zingbot 3000 just didn't hit as hard as Zingbot 9000.
No. It was a funny little joke because soul patches are ridiculous.
Yeah, they're like, 1990s porn. All he needs is a little mustache to go with it, and he would fit right in.
I would kind of respect it more if it had the mustache with it. When I see a soul patch, I'm thinking, is that all that you can grow? Because why wouldn't you grow a beard if you can grow facial hair? Is that all you're growing because you want a beard? That's all that's going through my head when I see a soul patch.
So, like, maybe this is just a little bit of incompetence in the beard department, coming from a man
Beard envy.
that has an epic beard.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's just a simple case of that. Beard envy.
Beard envy. All right, so where do you think our boy Jeff is going to fall in our rankings?
I would evict it.
I agree. Like this is just not that great. Kind of stating the obvious here. Yeah, he's got his little soul patch. So it's not that great, Zingbot. You can do better.
Oh, not feeling it.
And I feel like Jeff kind of gives you a lot to work with because he is such a big character. So they could have come up with something better.
Yeah, they could have talked about Jordan. There's plenty of material there.
And so, we watched all of the zings, and Jordan's zing from that season is like, hey, Jordan, why hasn't Jeff popped the question? Because he knows you're not good at answering them. So that one hit a little harder. So, yeah. All right, we're going to stay in BB13. And every season is going to be represented here with at least one. So, next for BB13.
Danielle, do you own a car? Or do you still prefer to just ride your daddy's coattails?
Wow.
That's epic. That is
there we go, Zingbot. That's what we're waiting for. I think whenever the person that's getting zinged has almost no reaction because they're like, whoa, this seriously zinged me. And knowing Danny and Dick's relationship, you can tell she's like, this is some bullshit. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That, someone in her life has given her shit for that. And Zingbot was just digging that right up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was great. Her reaction to it's great. Everyone in the house knew, like, damn, Zingbot just mic dropped on her. Like, that's what we're waiting for. So, where are we feeling our girl Danny? Let's put it in the HOH. I think we're in agreement here. This one is fantastic. It definitely stands the test of time. Even this is in Big Brother 13. We're fixing to be in BB 23. 10 years later, a decade. This is still funny.
Yeah.
Like, great job. Great job. All right. Staying in Big Brother 13. One more. Oh, yeah, one more. Okay.
Adam, good call shaving your beard. I don't think your girlfriend realized she was dating Uncle Fester.
Wow!
All right. So, even though you could see that briefly, let's just talk about this Zing. So, I think standalone, this Zing is not that funny. But on doing a little bit of research, let's just look at this. So, Adam starts the season with a beard like Frank's, very comparable, but a ginger. Like about the same length, very full beard. But let's get a side-by-side shot of him with the beard and without to really just drive home Zingbot Zing here, because when you see this picture, he's kind of got a point.
That was a fun burn because he does look like Uncle Fester.
He literally, I mean, he almost doesn't even look like the same person.
Ah, my jaw hurts.
I can't imagine if, Frank, like, has your wife ever seen you with a clean shaven face?
I believe so. When we first met, I only rocked the 5 o'clock shadow. The
Mhm.
beard has been something that I tried on later in life. I normally kept it shaved, clean cut. But
Okay. So my husband, whenever we started dating, he kind of had like the goatee situation going, and he worked in a plant and he had to shave it because he had to wear like a mask that fit very closely. And I was like, who are you? This is so weird. And he just had a small amount of facial hair, so I cannot imagine going from this to Uncle Fester.
I've
And
shaved
so-
my beard once, and my head felt really small after I shaved it the first time.
I mean, like, I feel like his whole head shape changed. Like, with the beard, his head looks kind of oval, and without it, it's like a perfect circle. Something
Yeah.
completely changed here.
And Adam was a character. He thought that he was going to win the game when he did nothing. No one on the jury was going to give him that money. But I thought that was a good burn.
I think it's a good burn, but I think you need the context with it. So I don't feel like it holds up as well a decade later, because I had to go look for that picture and get that side by side, because in my mind, like, I almost don't even remember him shaving it. I picture him with the beard. And so I had to go find the picture of him without it to really be like, oh my gosh, he
So
looks
you think
like
we
Uncle
should evict
Fester.
it for that reason?
Yeah, I think that I lean towards it being in the evicted because it's funny. It's really funny, but I feel like it's funnier in context.
Yeah, and I think when we hear some of these, we'd end up bumping it down anyways.
There's some really good ones coming, so I agree. Like, I think this is destined for eviction.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Adam. This one hasn't quite held up to the test of time, but it's still funny.
He was probably sitting there, he's going to watch this video, and he's going to be like, that one's going to be HOH. It's definitely
For
going to
sure.
be HOH.
He's
And then
probably
gets
going to be
evicted.
really disappointed
Again.
to find himself in the evicted column. I just have a feeling that this is going to be upsetting to him. No good. I do wonder if some of them, like, if we showed this zing of Danny, Do you think she's still going to be mad about it? Because
No, I think Danny's got the personality that she can respect a good burn. I think she respected Zingbot. She probably was like, fuck. But I think she gave respect to the burn itself.
Yeah. Because I think that if the person is still offended by it, then it's like beyond HOH status, like legend.
Yeah, you got to be able to laugh at yourself too.
Yeah.
To get through
All
life.
Right. In life. Okay, so we have another one here from, no. Now we're moving to Big Brother 14. We're going to see some familiar faces. The very first person to get zinged twice, which we did not include her first one, but we're going to include her second one.
Brittany, I have $500,000 to donate. Please tell me more about the charity you gave yours to. I think it was called the Brigade.
I like this one. I think that Zingbot is now starting to become an artist because you can tell the whole time they're like, where are they going with this? And then they get to the end and it all makes sense.
Yeah, where they're like, okay, $500,000, a charity, and those build-ups. Like, he doesn't get straight in for the punchline, and you, like, in your mind, you're thinking, they got to see this coming. They have to know where this is going. But I don't think they always do. And, Yep, this is another one that, to me, like, this stands the test of time. This is so funny still. And, you know, just poor Brittany. She deserved better. She deserved better. She's right up there for me for one of my most favorite players. And I feel like if I were to play Big Brother, that I would be really, really comparable to Brittany. Like, I feel like I would be the one that gets in with the majority alliance and then just doesn't see the writing on the wall.
So would you prefer that I just blindside you with my bro alliance all the way till you're out the door, or do you want us to tell you when we're at Final Four?
I think I would rather be blindsided so that you get that initial gut reaction of how much I hate y'all's guts. And okay, but here's the question. You know, Jeff, whenever he does the preseason interviews, he always asks, would you rather win the $500,000 and be hated or lose the $500,000 and be loved? Because that's the position that our girl Brittany's in. Like, she lost the $500,000, but she's loved. So would you rather be in Brittany's, where she comes in 5th, or would you rather have been Enzo, who still doesn't end up in the money, but hey, he was a part of the core alliance?
Well, Enzo got invited back to All-Stars, so I'd probably want to be Enzo.
Well, Brittany came back 2 seasons later, and I think that Brittany would. I think if Brittany would answer the call, she would be invited back pretty much anytime she wanted. I think Brittany has moved on from Big Brother.
I think so too.
Queen status.
Maybe if they do like a mini season, like the OG challenge.
Yes, like the Challenge All-Stars. I would love to see that. And especially if we could get some really good game players on there, it would be great to see Brittany. Just absolutely iconic for me.
You might even get someone like a Dr. Will and Jeff and Jordan.
Yes, that'd be great. Okay. Where are we going to put Brittany and the Brigade? Zing!
I think that should be HOH.
Yeah, I think right now, let's put it in the HOH. It can always be reassessed later, but that's one that just, it continues to hit. So I like this one. Okay. One more from season 14. And the way that Frank and I did this is we decided like on some together, and then I took some executive power and decided on some of my own. And I just thought this one would be appreciated, so I wanted to throw it in there.
That's why I'm excited.
Frank, little orphan Annie would preach if you would stop stealing her
First you cut me off, and then you make fun of Frank. This is just not cool. Not cool at all. I was about ready to say too is I have no idea what's coming because you have you know what's happening. I have no idea which videos. I see the ones that I was interested in, and this was not one of them.
No, this is one that I decided to go with on my own. It's funny because I know how much you like Frank, your namesake. In case y'all didn't know, Frank's parents named him after Frank. But then just also the fact that, this is pretty spot on because he does kind of look like Orphan Annie. Like, I always thought Carrot Top, but I preach the reference to Little Orphan Annie.
Yeah, I can see it, but you're definitely right. Carrot Top. If Carrot Top did steroids, it would have been.
Okay, no, hold on. So let's talk about Carrot Top for a minute. Let me stop sharing this screen so that we can just see our faces. So.
Oh, Kylie's gone.
I completely got rid of myself. Okay, so my roommate in college was like, Carrot Top is hot. I'm like, what? She's like, he's got really hot arms. And no kidding, Carrot Top is jacked. Have you ever seen, really looked at a picture of Carrot Top? You picture him as a little scrawny.
It's like staring at the sun. You shouldn't do it. It's not good for your health.
It's not good for your health, but Carrot Top is ripped. So maybe Frank needs to.
So is Sideshow Bob. Sideshow Bob is probably jacked too. And all three of them look the same. If you had Sideshow Bob, Carrot Top, and Frank all side by side, it'd be hard to tell them apart.
Tell me the difference. They're the same. All right. So where are we thinking for this zing that you were not expecting? Comparison to Carrot Top. To Little Orphan Annie.
I would evict it, but you're probably going to want it on the block, right?
No.
It's not a HOH.
No,
it's not really that good.
I think this is an evicted one. It's funny, but, it's not the best. It's not the worst.
You just want to make me watch it.
I just wanted to get it in there. Kind of like a little zing on you. But I think that I feel comfortable putting this in the evicted. It's funny, but there's just so many really, really good things. So I'm comfortable putting it here. All right. So in looking at all of these things, I've decided that the more I dislike a season, the more I like the zings. So we're entering into BB15, almost unanimously people's least favorite season because of, all the racist stuff. So Zingbot didn't hold back, and he had some pretty good ones here. So we're going to have a few representations for BB15. Here we go.
I finally understand why you're always wearing shorts. Because Amanda wears the pants.
All right. So what are your thoughts on this one?
I think it's funny because it's true. Sometimes jokes are just funny because they're true. I loved it when I heard it.
Yeah. No, I think this one is really funny. Like you said, it's spot on. Definitely Amanda was a boss bitch, and she ruled over McCrae. So no doubt about it. Amanda wore the pants. Zingbot telling it like it is. So where do you think this falls in our rankings?
I would put it on the block.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's go. I gave you a little sneak peek where this is going. All right. Yeah, I agree with it on the block. It's good. Not the best. It's got room to move down, possibly. We'll see where we're at. All right. Next up, y'all. like we gotta give Zingbot some props here. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Aaron, some may say you were acting mean and nasty in the beginning of this game, but I disagree. That wasn't acting.
I think Zingbot just attacked her character.
Zingbot just, yeah. This girl should not have been blindsided when she came out of the house, because I do feel like a lot of times Zingbot gives you a little bit of a glimpse of the outside world. And when he tells you, hey, some people say you were acting mean and nasty, girl, prepare yourself. And I feel like this was one of the first times where Zingbot really did give them a clue to the outside world. The next season, it's not going to be included. We'll put it in our honorable mentions. But Zingbot zings Cody saying how America has fallen in love with you. Everyone except for Christine's husband. And I mean, if Christine wasn't like 2 steps back for me, because holy shit, this isn't good. I don't know what could have happened, because wow.
Her husband was at home like, preach.
Preach. So I think everybody in America was like, mic drop right here for Zingbot on Aaron's racist ass. What do you think about this one? And where does it fall in our rankings?
I think it belongs on the block.
I think it belongs on the block too, because it's just something that you don't really want to remember. It's like, you know, a shady part of the past. But
And it was a good zing, but it didn't get the reaction from the house. That's what a perfect zing gets. It gets every level. It hits on all levels.
yeah, but I mean, that's like a damn Zingbot, you went there. So, all right. One more from Big Brother 15. This one is probably my favorite from this season. Let's watch it.
Amanda, don't worry. You can visit McCrae in Minnesota. Just mail yourself using your giant tramp stamp.
All right, so just for reference here, we are going to show you Amanda's giant tramp stamp. And no lie, she does. She's got a big old tramp stamp here. So I think this one's great.
Zingbot knows comedy, and something that stands the test of time is tramp stamps are funny. They're fun to make fun of people for. It's just like hitting somebody in the nuts. It's always going to be funny. So I don't think it's a golden zing, like it's not HOH status, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, look at us agreeing. This is funny. This has been several years, and when I watched this back, I laughed out loud because it was so great. And so, sorry, Amanda, the tramp stamp is something that will always haunt you, and it's going to live in infamy in the zings. All right, so we're in agreement. Look at us, like we are just rolling through this, not disagreeing on things. We haven't even had an argument yet.
You know what? I'm probably not even going to use my veto.
You know what? I'm probably going to argue with you on the next one just because.
Keep a souvenir.
All right, here we go. Moving on to Big Brother 16.
Victoria! I would zing you, but I'm only supposed to zing people that are actually playing the game.
All right, so this is the very first time that 2 things happened with Zingbot in Big Brother 16. Zingbot was broken, and so that's why they brought in Kathy Griffin. And at the beginning, Zingbot passed out props and not zing. And sweet little Donnie, that looks like he might be Frank's father with the beard situation. Donnie got the only prop ever from Zingbot, where he said, Zingbot said that I wish that you didn't have a beard because it covers up your handsome face. So sweet. Nope, we like the Zing version of Zingbot better. And so part of Zingbot's zings were delivered by Kathy Griffin. So what do you
And
think
she
about
delivered. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good season for her to make fun of people on. I think she knocked it out of the park. And I think Zingbot, after that experience, learned from humans a little bit, and his zings got a little better from this point on.
Yeah, they do. This is funny because Victoria sucked as a Big Brother player. Anytime, like you said, you know, truth hurts. Anytime we can hit on that a little bit, it's always.
Yeah. But if you're that person and you hear that, you should be like, I need to turn it on, start playing.
Yeah, I got to do something here. So, where do you think non-Queen Victoria falls? Like, we've talked about Victoria in 2 of our 3 shows so far, and I mean, who would have ever thought it?
No one.
So, I mean, it's funny, but I feel like this is evicted. It's not that great. It's speaking the truth, but Victoria, just like your game, it's just not that memorable. All right, staying in Big Brother 16. Here we go.
Frankie! That's a nice tan, but I'm surprised you get any sun at all, considering how much time you spend in your sister's shadow!
That was a great burn. That was a great burn.
Here we go. This was the one that I thought was next. I'm gonna disagree with you. Like, I feel like just like a Hobbit joke that Matt has heard 1,000 times for being short, I'm sure Frankie has heard the comparison of like, oh, well, you're just not as good as your sister 1,000,000 times.
I disagree. I don't think he's heard that. I think he's probably thought that a lot. Yeah, he's probably seen a therapist about that, and no one probably says anything about it because they all know it's true and they don't want to be mean to him.
So you're like, this is bringing up some deep-seated insecurities for Frankie here, where they're just really.
Yeah, those are the worst kind of burns too. The ones that touch your soul like that, like the deep shit.
That's where I feel that Danny's was. I felt like that was a touch your soul, and one that has to cut to the core. And I don't feel like this one hits as hard. Maybe it's because Ariana Grande is not part of Big Brother.
Maybe. But, you know, I feel like Frankie, that's something he's dealt with. So we can put it on the block for now, and I might pull it off in my video later.
Okay, that's what it's coming down to, guys, because I probably would evict it. You would put it. Yes, it's not that great.
I think it's great.
And you would put it in HOH. So for right now, we're good with putting it on the block. To be determined. Maybe you'll use your veto to put it up in HOH. Maybe I'll use my veto to evict it. After you use yours. No, I'm kidding. All right, that wraps up BB16. On to BB17.
Bring it.
5 out of 5 dentists agree. The only thing less attractive than your laugh is your back hair. Zing!
What's the matter, Zingbot? You afraid of this here? Huh? You jealous? You can't grow any yourself, can you? Because you're a piece of metal and no one likes you. And you're stupid.
I'm glad you had his reaction on there.
Yeah, I had to get it because I was looking for pictures that just showed his back hair, and I was like, I don't get it. And then watching the Zing and having his DR immediately following it makes it great.
Yeah.
And just his whole commentary after it is so funny.
I love him so much. He's
I love
amazing.
him so much. What is wrong with these people? Why have we not seen Johnny Mac back?
Yeah, I think this thing, it's funny. I think that was probably one of the things coming into the Big Brother house where he's like, man, America's gonna find out about my back hair.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
so
Everyone's got insecurities, and I'm sure that that's probably one of his where he's like, I got a hairy back. And
he wasn't just making fun of the hairy back. It was his laugh too, wasn't it?
yeah, the only thing more annoying than your hairy, or the only thing worse than your annoying laugh is your hairy back. Yeah, no, that's pretty good all around. Where are we feeling this one?
HOH, you think?
I don't think it's HOH for me.
No? I'm comfortable with on the block.
Okay.
I
feel like
wouldn't go out on a limb for it.
Okay, you're not willing to fight for it. I feel like it's HOH. I'm not quite HOH. It's on the upper end of on the block, but almost more because of Johnny Mac's commentary after it than the actual Zing. So we're kind of loading up here in the on the block. We're having a lot that are mediocre. Only a few that have, that's just not that great. So this is where we're at right now. Only 2 iconic, which is kind of fitting because these are also 2 iconic players. We got 4 in the evicted category. Lots happening here and on the block. That's the only one we have for BB17. So now we're going to move on to BB18.
Corey! What do you call the man who sweeps Nicole off her feet, sends her heart to flutter, and makes her hear wedding bells?
This is my favorite so far.
I love it because of the irony of it, of like it's poking fun. I really kind of like the zings that they zing one person, but it's really about another person.
Yeah.
And this one's great because it's making fun of Nicole and her showmances, and the fact that her future husband is right there laughing his ass off.
It's my jaw's hurting again from laughing. Everything about it's gold.
So gold. Thank you, Zingbot. This is great.
And the picture you have.
If we just had Hayden in the picture, it would be complete. Just a happy little foursome there. So I think we're in agreement. This is great. Completely 10 out of 10. Hit the spot. Good job, Zingbot. The Nicole Zing for her.
And it had people confused there for a minute, especially Nicole, when they were talking about wedding veils. She's like, I do not want to marry him yet. And then Hayden.
All right, that's great. We are also going to stay here in Big Brother 18, and we're going to get another person that has been zinged multiple times by the old Zingbot.
Last season, you taught me so much, like how to have friendship, how to be pissed, and how to lose $500,000. Zing!
That is an old picture right there.
So where do we want to put our boy in the rankings?
Oh my God.
Y'all, I'm just saying, this picture here of Frank looks exactly like Paul. Dead ringer.
Yeah.
Paul.
That zing, I think it belongs on the block.
Zing!
It's a good zing. I think Paul handled it really well because that was a touchy subject.
Oh, if only he knew it was going to happen again.
Oh man, yeah, that's why he probably got through it because the whole time he's thinking, I got this one locked up.
Yeah, I'm dominating this. No worries. Here I go. All right. So
Oh man.
let's look at the real Paul. Yeah, I agree.
You got me with that picture.
So knowing that we are going to see Paul again in the next season, I'm good with putting it evicted because I think that his next zing is even better. So
His next zing.
yeah, I think I put these out of order.
It's like this can't be his. Okay.
But no worries.
Anyways.
Whatever. Just
I don't
got a
remember
little
the
out of
first
order
thing.
here. Huh?
I can't remember the first thing.
The first
So I'm
thing,
excited.
I think it's better. So let's put this one. We can put it here and on the block for a minute. And then once we get to it. Sorry, y'all. Got a little. I was too worried about getting the picture of Frank to compare. So got the zings mixed up. No big deal. All right. Let's
It's just
move
the
on.
word of this season. We're talking about how zingy they are, so.
Yeah, let's watch Paul's second zing if I can get these in the right order.
It'd be his first zing, though, right?
Whatever.
I'm very confused.
I'm so confused. Too. I don't know what's happened here.
Unless he got zinged twice in the same season. Did that happen?
No. And now I'm confused as to where my clip is. Okay. We're just going to play this one. We're going to see where we're at.
Corey!
Oh.
What do you call the man who sweeps Nicole off her feet, sends her heart to flutter, and makes her hear wedding bells?
All right.
That's fun to watch that one again.
Confused. I'm thinking that maybe I missed a couple when I was uploading them. So, my bad. But that one was so great. It's worth listening to twice. All right. Here's our next one.
Congrats on making it so far in the game! Especially since the only thing you've done is Raven!
Oh my God!
All right. So this one is great to me.
I don't think it landed with him like it was supposed to. I think, again, Zingbot was trying to be like, wake up, dummy.
Yeah, I think it's great because once again, it's true, but it's not that top tier. But it's funny because it's making fun of Raven and Matt and just, yeah, it's so disgusting.
But
So-
sadly, I think we have to evict it.
Absolutely. It's just not up there hitting hard like some of these others. So evict Matt. Once again, you're kind of right here where you belong next to Victoria in the not quite so memorable column. Peace. Peace out, brother. All right. Moving on. still in BB19.
Oh, poor Raven! You got the clownitard! This is the worst punishment ever!
Okay.
Oh, wait! That's just your face!
He's so stupid for laughing. He should have been shutting the fuck up.
Yeah, like this is
your picture.
almost spit. This is right up there for me with Nicole's because this is so funny. Raven is one of the people I despise the most ever to play Big Brother. And so just that zing and the fact that everybody's like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, what? She's not wearing a clown. It's just her face.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
gosh.
you're not supposed to ever talk about a girl's makeup. Ever.
Okay, look, I am notoriously not a very girly girl and don't wear makeup, but you gotta know, baby. Put you on some waterproof mascara and fix yourself.
So on The Simpsons, I believe Homer's trying to create an invention. So I think that's the episode. He makes this gun that shoots makeup onto your face. So it like shot Marge's face with makeup, and that's how Raven does her makeup every morning.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't know what this girl's doing, but this thing to me is HOH. Where do you feel it?
I think it's like a bottom of the HOH.
Okay.
Barely. And I might use a veto to pull it out of there later if it gets too crowded.
Well, we're getting to the end. I don't think I've got Paul's first zing up there. Hopefully I can find it. But we're getting closer to the end here. So
you were more worried about getting that picture from my old Instagram up on there than finding his video. It's all right.
It's okay. No big deal. I just really wanted to have that on there. All right. So we're going to put this into the HOH round right now. Maybe it'll stay there. Maybe it'll get bumped. But to me, that's top tier. Super funny. Good job, Zingbot. All right. Let's move on. BB20.
Oh, man.
Brett! You always seem so fresh and clean! Which makes sense because you're a giant douche!
I think this is a great zing.
Yeah, this is so funny. I really like Brett as a Big Brother player. Like, he grew on me. At the beginning of the season, I was like, okay, yeah, he's a giant douche. But
and he kind of is, but he's a douche that we all love.
Yeah,
he's a lovable douche.
He's kind of a lovable douchebag. So, like, it's true, but it's funny. This is funny to me.
Yeah, lovable douchebags are just as rare as unicorns. Fun fact.
Fact, guys. That's what we're doing here, dropping facts. All right. Where are we going to put Brett?
I think that this would be on the block.
I agree.
Just because this season is wild.
Yeah, this season's wild. We both know what's coming next. And
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too. Like, this one hits hard.
I'm scared to come out.
It's
That's
the
terrifying.
Murder. It's the murder music for me at the end that does it.
There is one thing in my life that I have learned, and it's you never say the word crazy referring to a lady.
Look, y'all, if she can do this with her eyeballs, where her eyeballs can literally detach from her skull, you don't do that.
Yeah, it's called crazy eyes. Some girls have it, and it's a gateway to their soul, and it shows you that deep down they're crazy. Those eyes don't lie.
They don't lie. You heard of the hips don't lie, the eyes don't lie either, because if they can do this and they can detach them from their soul, don't go there.
If they want to stomp a mud hole in your chest, run.
Yeah, she's not the one to play with. And Sam was not the one to play with. And I loved Sam initially, but I don't think she was suited for the Big Brother house.
No, I think she's an awesome personality, a great person that's just not built for that craziness. I think it got to her.
Yeah,
I think
it did.
like Amazing Race. She'd be fun to watch on Amazing Race.
Yeah, like I think she would be better to have like a reality show that followed her around on a daily basis, not a house where she can't leave and she doesn't have, some of the comforts of home. The Zing is funny, but I do think on a personal mental health category, she definitely was struggling, and that's not funny. But separating the Zing from the reality, the Zing's great.
The Zing's the most vicious Zing, I think, of them all.
This is great. I think we can both agree this is HOH status.
And he dropped the F-bomb. Zingbot dropped the F-bomb, too.
Yeah. Anytime
They took it up a whole notch.
Yep, this is great.
It's like on game night with Quiplash. Whenever you put the F word in it, it automatically scores better.
Yeah, automatically. Cuss words are always funny. They're never not. Kind of like shots to the nut. And
classic golden material that comedians just go back to all the time.
Yeah, when in doubt, add a cuss word. Life advice here. Here we go. Moving on, BB21.
I almost forgot! I have something for one of you! Wait here!
What? Oh my god.
Nick! I brought you a present! Open it up! Time for a new haircut!
And
great picture.
Just to throw in the reference of how Nick Macaroni came into the house looking. He looked like he had a straight up chili ball.
Yeah, I like that Zingbot could have just made fun of his haircut, but he made it elaborate. He got the prop points.
Props and cuss words. Those both can go a long way. And the prop here really, really made this hit hard. Can we talk for a second? Nick Macaroni scored cat. Done.
Said what?
Yeah.
He did what?
Scored cat done. Like him and Cat had a little thing, a little relationship. Yes.
My wife probably knows that.
Yeah, they started as a jury-mance, and it did continue outside of the house. They had a little relationship. We are going to be looking at Big Brother showmances, possibly with a special guest, and I'm sure this is going to come up. This is a very unlikely duo. So,
that's
wow.
I learned something new.
But let's talk about the Zing. Hitting him where it hurts with the old chili ball.
I would say on the block. Just because
Okay.
if you look at our HOH category, they're heavy hitters. I don't think this
Yeah.
hits as hard.
Yeah, no, this is not on that level. I can appreciate it, but it's very comparable to Jeff in the Soul Patch. And Jeff is in the evicted category, so I kind of feel like it's there.
Yeah, let's evict it.
Let's
I'm
evict it.
confident
It's
in that.
funny, but there's definitely better out there.
We just told Sam she's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like the season before, no, this isn't it. All right, we're down to our final season, Big Brother All Stars. 2 clips left. All right, here we go.
Yes. Preach.
This is another one of those that it's funny because it's true.
Yeah. It's funny and it's sad.
It's funny and it's sad. They should have called it like Big Brother Returner. I don't know. They could have come up with something like Big Brother Unfinished Business. Because
Big Brother quarantine. Like, come on.
Yeah, Big Brother, this is the only people we can get back. But I mean, you could have made a case for where every single person had something to prove. Like, people think Nicole didn't deserve her win. So even though she was a winner, you know, there's still a little, everybody could have come up with something. Like, I feel like you can argue that case better than these people are all stars. So,
I feel like they got lazy.
Yeah, contact me for more advice, Big Brother casting. All right, so where do we want to put this? Once again, it's funny because it's true, but, you know, it's not that great.
Yeah, they were just stating the obvious, and I think they might have even been trying to make up with fans, like, we'll throw a zing about it in there, because all the fans are pissed that he's there. So I would evict it.
Same. Once again, we got this little trio here of Victoria, Matt, and David. They're all there together in the evicted category where they belong, unfortunately. All right, that is going to bring us to our final zing. And it's a good one, y'all.
That's a great one to end on.
That's a great one to end on. That is iconic. I mean, and we had to make sure we got Davon's reaction in there because it was also really, really great. This hit Nicole deep, maybe deeper than the Wedding Bells one that's basically against her with Corey Zing. Like, this is great. The song.
She knew it was coming too.
Yeah.
She knew it was coming, and everyone, who was it yelling, like, destroy her, crush her?
Yeah, it was Cody yelling, crush her.
Yes.
But, yeah, but this is great. Please, more singing. If he could have, like, thrown a bouquet at her and added in a prop with the cuss word, it would have been next level. This is great, though.
Yeah, if she ever comes back on another season, I hope she makes it right up until the week that there are zings, and then she gets evicted.
Yeah, because this one was brutal for her. All right, where do we want to put this?
HOH for sure.
HOH, yep. I think this is top tier, best of the best. This is funny to me. All right. Let's look at our rankings and see if we want to move anything around. So right now in the HOH category, we have Danny and her riding her daddy's coattails, Brittany and the charity to the brigade, Nicole and Corey Zing about the wedding bells, Raven and the clown face, Sam and being crazy, and Nicole and the wedding bells. Anything you want to move around?
I want to bring, those are just so good that I would even feel wrong bringing anyone up. I don't see any that deserve to come up besides maybe Frankie's.
I see one that I kind of want to bring down. And
Makeup?
I think that,
Makeup?
No, that's fucking hilarious. The one that I want to break down, I think, is the Corey Zing, because it is good, but the fact that she doesn't end up with Hayden but ends up with Victor, I think doesn't age it quite as well as the other 5. And I feel like having a top 5.
Okay. I'll support that. Even though I think it's all of the zings at Nicole is what makes them so much better. Each one better is all of them, but
The build up.
yeah, but I see where you're coming from, and I can support that.
Okay, let's go with a top 5. Okay, so we're gonna move this one down. Just do a little switcheroo here. I mean,
We went through a lot.
This picture of Sam. Okay, we got a lot here in our middle category. We've got Matt and the Hobbit, McCrae and Amanda wearing the shorts, Aaron, Truth Hurts, you're a bitch, Amanda and the tramp stamp, Frankie and his sister Shadow, just moved Nicole and Corey down, Johnny Mac in the back hair, Paul and losing $500,000, and Brett as a douche. Anything you want to move here? Up or down?
No, I think they're all good there.
Yeah, I think that's good. And then in our evicted category, we have Jeff and the Soul Patch, Adam and Uncle Fester, Frank and Little Orphan Annie, Victoria not playing the game, Matt not playing the game, David not belonging, and Nick Macaroni and his chili bowl haircut. Anything you want to move up here?
I think we should move Uncle Fester to on the block.
Absolutely, I agree. I was going to say that. That one is so funny. I think it's better than the other ones in this category, and it needs to go up.
Yeah. Uncle Fester, get your ass back in here.
Yeah, get out, get back here where you belong. You move yourself up. Okay.
Man, hopefully if he watched and was depressed earlier, he stuck around long enough to see himself rise from the ashes.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Here's our final rankings of all of the zings of all time. Y'all make sure to leave us a comment and let us know, did we miss one that you really enjoy? Because there's a lot of great ones out there that we weren't able to cover today. These are just some of our favorites. So drop us a comment and let us know. All right, Frank, what do you have going on?
God, we just had game night last night. It was a lot of fun. We'll be having another one in July. We'll probably be scheduling that within the next week or so. So hopefully you guys can join us for that because it's a blast. We have a lot of fun, and we think you guys would enjoy it.
Yep. And we will make sure to drop the link for our Facebook group in the description. So y'all make sure you check it out. Give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow us at RealiTEA_TK or at For the Fans E, and get all of the stuff with Big Brother right around the corner. We're going to be posting a lot of content. You don't want to miss out and find out everything that we have going on. And we are looking forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye, y'all.